Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Landon and we are here again today for another new music review. And it's an album day, bitch. So this week, Niall Horan has released his brand new album, Heartbreak Weather. And it's Niall week, everybody. Ooh, 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 ooh. Guys, I am quite tired. It was a long day today, but I have been looking forward to coming home and listening to this album because I loved the first single that he put out, No Judgment. I had a really good time with that, been hearing it on the radio. And so I'm excited to dive in. We've already dived into an album by Harry Styles and an album by Louis Tomlinson. So it's time to add another directioner. So we're looking like we in 3 directions now. But anyway, guys, he put out a new album, so we're gonna go through each song, we're gonna look through the lyrics, try to get all of these references, figure out exactly what he means, and I'm excited for it. With that being said, I am ready to forget about this coronavirus for the next 45 minutes, please, and really focus on Niall's brand new album, Heartbreak Weather. So without further ado, let's do it, bitch. Let's jump on in. So the first song on the album is called Heartbreak Weather, title track, and that's that industry lingo. Let's go ahead and do this. Like the beginning of it. So this is the first song you hear when you pop the CD in, and I really like how it is a little bit more of an upbeat, bubbly song. It makes me be like boop-a-doop, boop, boop-a-doop-a-doop. And I think that is a good sign for what's to come. Hopefully, oh well, the album is called Heartbreak Weather, and this song is also called Heartbreak Weather. So I'm not sure exactly how happy it's gonna be, but maybe it's like this contrasting thing where we're about to have a happy beat and some pretty depressing lyrics over it. Let's see. Feels lightning coming from your eyes, starting the fire. Okay, so Niall's come in. He is singing now. I really love the first verse because he says in there, and yeah, we were dancing to Bruno, and I'm like, I love how Bruno Mars is already being referenced in songs. We used to be like, oh, we put on a little Marvin Gaye, some Luther Vandross, a little Anita. Okay, now I'm just quoting slow jams, but you know what I mean. Now we're saying we're gonna be dancing to Bruno, and I love that because Bruno is such a good person to dance to. Pretty cool, and the refrain coming in, I'm really loving his voice too, because it really sounds similar to Harry and Louis as far as this like kind of the range that he is going to be able to have. So it's exciting to see what he's gonna sound like on his solo work. Okay, so the chorus is saying, all my life I've been sleepwalk living, running around the same bars I've been in. It can be so lonely in the city, but it feels different when you're with me. All my life it's been heartbreak weather, thinking to myself it won't get better. It can be so lonely in the city, but it feels so different when you're with me. I really love how, I think this is a love song. We're talking about love. He's talking about his heartbreak weather was in the past, but maybe the sun is coming out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar. Shut up, no. But I'm really excited that it's not that depressing, because we don't need depressing right now in this world. Yeah, it was magic. Vision, taking clothes off, in the mirror, was blind, I was sparks, I was holding you close, and the all of my life, I've been sleepwalking in this city, and it feels real when you're with me. All of my life has been heartbreak weather, thinking of myself, I won't get there. Verse 2 was kind of talking about you were a vision. She was looking at herself naked in a mirror, maybe. It says take your clothes off and look in the mirror, but I'm assuming they naked, maybe in bra, I don't know. But okay, so I don't know much about Niall's life and his love life. So if you guys want, who is he? Tell me who he's talking about in this song in the comments below. I have no idea anything about his love life. So let's do like a quick synopsis of what's happening here and who this is about. Because I love hearing the tea in the lyrics, but I like to know who the tea is about. It's like drinking a tea without knowing what kind of tea it is. You just drink it, like, it's Earl Grey. But you just really wanted peppermint the whole time. That's kind of where I'm at. You, that's what I've been missing. Now all the clouds been lifted in my heart's been so empty. It's very one of those songs we just want to rock to, you know what I mean? Where you're just like, it feels different when you're with me. So that was number 1, Heartbreak Weather. I liked it. I kind of thought it was going to be a sad song. It is a good introduction song, definitely. I wouldn't say like it's a standout song to me as far as like everything I've ever heard in life, but for an introduction into Niall's first body of work that I've heard, I really think it is setting a tone for something that's going to be a very chill, relaxed, we could be vibing out. Because I know that he did that Slow Hand song, which I really liked a lot, the one that was on the radio, and I know what he's capable of. So I'm hoping that we can get some hits in here too, because I only want the best for the boys. Okay, so number 2 on the album is called Black and White. Let's see what this is about.
That first night we were standing at your door. Asked me if I wanna come inside. I love you.
Okay, so the beginning, we're starting off a little bit of a slow thing. I guess it's talking about some love again. I guess I had this thought that the whole album was gonna be a little bit more depressing, a little bit more Adele-esque, Sam Smith area. But so far, he's talking about all the things that he's loved, and it seems that he really does love this girl because he's fumbling for his keys and he's like, that's so cute. And kisses her. I hope that it was consensual. But yeah, I'm vibing so far.
Yes, black and white, crystal clear on starry night. In your dress, driven front of all our friends. I promise that I'll love you for the rest of my life.
Okay, so I get it. This is about a wedding. So Black and White is talking about like maybe like the tuxedo and like the white wedding dress, crystal clear on a starlit night, and all your gorgeous colors. I promise that I'll love you for the rest of my life. And I'm like, that's so sweet. But anyway, so it says, see you standing in your dress, swearing in front of all of our friends. There'll never be another. I promise that I'll love you for the rest of my life. So he's basically saying that nobody else will ever see me in front of all of our friends. I love how he says our friends also because they've probably grown so close together that they're now a collective group of friends. But he's saying that I promise that there's never be another person like you, and I know that now. And that is so sweet. And like I said, I'm not familiar with that. Never been in that position before. But it's okay. It's okay because I know that one day it's gonna happen.
Tell the stories while we share a drink or two. Yes, when did I first know? I always knew.
I really like that verse. So he says, and there's a vision I've been holding in my mind. We're 65 and you ask, when did I first know? I always knew. How sweet is that? Niall. So is Niall like the romantic one? Because I feel like everybody else be doing metaphors and stuff, but Niall really out here just saying it like it is.
Yes, black and white, colors. I promise that I'll love you for the rest of my life.
I love his voice too, and he says, lie, 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 my life. You know.
For the rest of my life.
I love how he went from that big, powerful bridge to that little sweet whisper of a chorus. He said, and I'm like, what'd you say, bitch?
Black and white, crystal clear on a starry night.
Promise that I love you for the rest of my life.
Promise that I love you for the rest of my life.
You promise. You better keep your promises. I'll bust the bitch ass open. Okay, so that was song number 2, Black and White, and I really enjoyed the theme of the song. It really reminded me of the Katy Perry song that recently came out, Never Worn White, and I bet Niall was just a little pissed off that she came out with the single literally a week before, talking about this wedding thing, because now I kind of just feel like I've heard it before. This was also written by Teddy Geiger. I love Teddy. Okay, you get some points back for that. So it looks like this album is turning out to be a little bit about love. I wonder if halfway through our heart's gonna get broken because, like, Lord Jesus, you never know with these boys. They be playing with your emotions. And you don't have time for it. I'm over here trying to fight the coronavirus, and now I gotta fight emotions? Like, thanks, Niall. Alright guys, so number 3 is called Dear Patience, and I thought it said Dear Prudence and it was a cover, but it's not. It's a brand new song called Dear Patience, let's do it.
Dear patience, can we share a drink and let go of the pressure? 'Cause the last time that we talked seems like forever.
So, he looks like he's singing a song to his patients here. And now I'm not talking about the people in the hospital. I'm talking about your inner ability to wait and not worry and not freak out. And I love it because it says, Dear Patience, can we share a drink and let go of the pressure? So he's like, let's go have a drink so my anxiety can go down a little bit. Because we all know a little drink here and there helps out. Or a little as well, but I'm in California, so I can say that. Dear Patience, because the last time we talked seemed like forever and ever. So he's also kind of basically referring to the fact that he has just been living in this world of unpatience. Non-patience? Impatience. Where he is really getting to the point now where he's like, we got to have a talk. This is not working for me.
Feels like you don't even know me. Hey, can you show your face? Can you hear what I'm saying? Hey, 'cause
Okay, so the pre-chorus and chorus came up, but what I really noticed about this is he has a little bit of a higher pitched voice too, so when he does his belting, he's like, hey! It's a lot higher than like Louis and Harry. Now I'm trying to wonder who was what in One Direction. I don't know any of that really, but I would love to know like what role they each played, if anybody knows. What made all their voices go so well together? I really want to just go over the chorus too. He says, hey, can you show your face? Can you see that I'm anxious? Can you hear what I'm saying? Hey, because I fall too fast and I go down blazing. Can you hear what I'm saying? So I'm the kind of same way too, where if things are not working out right, I start getting anxious, and then once I start to fall, it's like downhill from there. It's like I just jumped on a sled. The hill right there is all of my anxiety, and it's just racing. You know, we're racing here. First place. We're running first place, which is pretty cool for me.
For all my heart, how can you keep a promise? It's like a mountain that's been weighing on my conscience. Oh, even know, just know, hey, can you show your face? 'Cause I fall too fast and I go down blazing.
So he's really just talking to his patients like, bitch, do you hear me? Do you not see what's going on around us? I am drowning in despair. And you're just chilling in my brain like, what's up, it? What we gonna worry about today? Everything. The world is crumbling around me, and you're just chilling. I don't know why I get so surprised that these boys can sing. I guess I know that they can sing. Just in my era, where I grew up with like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, it was only like one or two of them that branched off that were like the star singers. But it seems in this case, they really are all kind of on the same level.
Oh, dear patience. Show your face. Patience.
Okay, so I loved that little violin outro. Beautiful. I really do love that song. That was a very beautiful song, and I think that out of the three so far, this is the one that I can relate to, because, you know, don't love nobody, nobody love me, but I can definitely relate to not having any patience and just really wanted to sit my patience down and have an adult-to-adult conversation and let it know that it's not doing his job. So the next song on the album, number 4, is called Bend the Rules. And Niall, you ain't supposed to be bending the rules now, you're supposed to be following them. Don't be giving out no false hope unless you're bending the rules in my favor, then for sure, I'm totally down.
I just called to say that I miss you, babe. You go and list the names. Is there one you're leaving now?
Okay, we're coming in a little bit slower here. I was reading on this and it says that it's not particularly a personal song. Slowly the album became a concept album and was less about me, more about different relationships, and maybe that feeling that at the start of a relationship you're not that trusting, and this song kind of talks about when I call you up, you might miss a name out when I ask you who's around, and you're not breaking the rules, but you're kind of bending them. That's how he's been doing. Okay, so that's what he meant by the line in there. He says, at your favorite place you go and list the names, is there one you're leaving out? So he's kind of being like, listen, bitch, you at the bar right now? Oh, cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, who's all there? Oh, Ashley, Sarah, Jessica, Miranda. Oh, only girls, huh? Only girls. Who's that boy's voice I hear in the background? So you telling me John is not there? Okay, well, look behind you. I'm here. And that's where the fight started. But I really do love that subliminal message about that's what bending the rules is. Because you're not technically breaking the rules of our relationship, but you're not telling me the truth, beast. Thank you.
But you're leaving out the truth. Feeling like I'm going crazy. That's so bad the way you've been.
So yeah, he basically said what I was reading, but now in the chorus he did actually say that I'm not saying you're lying, but I know you're leaving out the truth. There's something you're not telling me. So,
But you won't say what it's about. Either less. Just on medicine for now.
so he says, I pour myself a glass, it won't be the last, just our medicine for now. Is this a Harry Styles reference? No, yes? That y'all never said nothing about Niall being with Harry.
Feeling like I'm going crazy. And I don't know what to do, 'cause on paper, the way you bend.
And I really do like the harmonies that were in that last chorus too. I really like his voice with the harmony. I think it really sounds good layered. And I'm really liking the post-chorus in this where he's like, It just made me want to like tell him, preach. Yes. Alright, so that was number 4, Bend the Rules. I like the concept for it. I think that each of his songs have a really deep concept behind it, like Heartbreak Weather, Black and White talking about the wedding dress, Dear Patience, I'm talking about patience, Bend the Rules, like you're not breaking them, but on paper, you know, you're not technically doing wrong. So I like how they're deeper and they're not just kind of like, oh, I love you, baby. Yeah, you drive me crazy. Up in my Mercedes. Yeah, we can drive. I made that up just now, so if you want to sign me, let me know. Alright guys, so number 5 is called Small Talk. Let's see what it's like when Niall does a little small talk.
She's been looking at me all night. I'm terrified, I know why. She's got the wrong reason.
I'm loving the beat and the way that his voice sounds against it right now. Very ethereal, full of reverb. And I love how he also says, I'm paralyzed, she's not my baby. She's got the wrong crazy. So it's not like she is psychotic crazy. Maybe her body is just crazy sexy. Her face is like crazy cute. I don't really know exactly what crazy he means, but it's the wrong kind apparently. And I also read here too, this continues the sexier theme of Heartbreak Weather. So let's get sexy, Niall. Let's do this.
Let ourselves get burned by the fire. Tell me what you want because you know I want it too. I've been thinking what I do when I'm alone with you.
That's what I'm talking about, Niall. I just need a little jig. It got me my energy back. I'd be like, yeah, small talk is bull. Let's skip it and go straight to the bedroom. And I love how he has that pop, pop, pop. It just made me want to be I'm really liking this one, as you can tell.
Boy, you see the fall in my mind. Can't ride it now. I wanna burn wild with passion. Get you on fire. When you look in your eyes.
His voice in this song to me is a lot raspier, which I actually really like. Do y'all notice that? And it just has that sense of like sexiness, that sexy undertone where he's like really feeling this person. I feel like I can feel that through the song, which is good because it's accomplishing its goal, turning everybody in the world on.
You know I want it too. Let's skip all the story. Just say nothing. Fire.
I love how he says fire too. I don't know why. That really kind of just sticks out to me, but I'm enjoying that. The fire.
Let's skip all the small talk and go straight up to your room. I've been thinking what I do when I'm alone with you. Just say nothing. Do when I'm alone with you. Just say nothing about it. Yeah.
He said, if you want it, you can have it. Niall's not playing the games around there. He is just kind of putting it all out on the table. When I say on the table, I mean the bed. Just saying, let's go straight to the room. I don't know if this is okay to say in a song, but as long as the girl's feeling it too, this could be quite the sexy song. Let's just get into it. Number 6, Nice to Meet Ya. Kind of follows the same themes, it said. I'm excited. I like this theme.
I like the way you talk. I like the things you wear. Tattooed on my arm in ink, I swear. Every time I turn around, you disappear.
Okay, so I'm reading here that this was the first single from the second studio album, so people have heard this one already. Like I said, I never heard it before, but I can see why this was promoted as a single, because this one's really good. I want your number tattooed on my arm in ink, I swear. Niall, phone numbers can change all the time. Let's get the name instead. Names are hard to change. Let's do that instead, maybe if the phone number, that doesn't seem practical. But I get where you're coming from. It's kind of like, I like you. And this is how desperate I am to show you how much I like you.
Blow your mind, just come with me, I swear. Nous j'adore la mer. Cause every time I turn around, you disappear.
I love how he says disappear too. Disappear. And then the chorus comes in. I got love for you. Nice to meet you. I'm definitely digging this one along the same lines as Dear Patience and Small Talk. Those are some of my favorites so far. Just is a little bit more upbeat. It makes me want to dance. Makes me want to jig a little bit, a little jitterbug. But I don't know what the jitterbug is, so.
What's your name? Let me treat you. You talk, I like the things you wear. I want to around you. Disappear.
Extended that disappear. And I'm like,
One minute you're there, the next one you're gone. All I need now. Nice to meet you.
I'm really enjoying this one. This one's definitely got me going up and down. Vibing. I feel like with the bridges and the verses and the chorus and the refrain, everything is so different about it that it switches up so much, but it works so well together that it really makes it interesting. A little bit more interesting than like a normal like guitar song. Also like his little that's definitely puts somebody in the mood. I bet he's doing that into a girl's ear or something like that. Maybe like this girl on Tumblr, she had tattoos and I think she had like pink hair. She was really cool looking chick and our chat was really fun. She was really funny. Is he going around just messaging people on Tumblr? And I kind of like when someone that can take it also gives it. Okay, I skipped a whole bunch and that's the line I came in on and that was not the right line to come in on. But I'm kind of glad I came in on it. So that was number 6, Nice to Meet Ya. I like that one. Definitely can see why it was a single, upbeat, has some cool little fun nuances built into it that make you really think. Number 7 on the album is called Put a Little Love on Me. Let's put a little love on you, Niall. You like that? No, gross.
We fight, we get high, holding on to love. Wonder where you are. Is it wrong that I still don't know my heart?
Okay, so I'm reading here that this was the 2nd single from his album. Good to know, I'd like to know that in advance. So I've obviously never heard it either. This one's a little bit slower, a little bit more piano-like, and I can definitely see a development going in. Are we getting a little bit more sad? This is gonna be like more of a sad section of the album now that we're getting like halfway through it. I do like how he says, we fight, we get high, holding on to love. They holding on for it, and it's getting higher and higher, but it's getting harder to hold on.
Oh, nowhere to go. Are your tears falling down when the lights are low? Do you hate the weekend 'cause nobody's calling? I've still got so much love hidden beneath this skin.
I love that line. I've still got so much love hidden beneath this skin. Damn. You know when you just hear a line, you're just like, damn. That was it.
Put a little love on me. There's no shadows dancing. Showing me what I need.
So I'm really getting to know his voice more. I guess I didn't really know too much about it. Slow Hands and his other singles didn't really give much of his range. When you and me, no judgment. When the lights come up and there's no shadows dancing, I look around as my heart is collapsing. That's another one of these lines. Like, did he write this? Because this is very, very well written.
We rolled and we rolled till there were no more words. Are you all dressed up, but we nowhere to go? Still got so much love hidden beneath this skin.
So it says here that he couldn't have an album without a sad, sad ballad, and I kind of called it from the beginning this was going to be a little bit more of a sad one. And he said it's possibly one of his favorite songs that he's ever written. I'd gone through a breakup and it was very real. It was very easy to sit down at the piano and speak and see what happens. And that's what I love. So earlier he did say it's a little bit more of a concept song. It's not something I've really been through, but to be honest, you can feel if that person has been through it before. And this one just seems so genuine to me that it gives a little bit more of the chills. It's just like, damn, he really did have his heart broken, and I can feel that, and I feel a little bit of that residual energy coming to me, and that's how you know a song is impactful.
When the lights come up and there's no shadows dancing, show you what I need. To put a little love on me. And when I close my eyes, the first thing I hear you say.
Oh, so sweet. So he's having a dream now that she asking him to put a little love on him, on her, them. Let's just not do pronouns. I love that, and his voice whenever it gets so soft, and he's like, put a little love on me, please, bitch. I need it. It really does. It makes you feel like you get to know them a little bit better because you can feel their emotions.
I look around and you're standing there asking, so put your love on me.
Okay, I enjoyed it. It was a really good ballad. It was a really sad song in the beginning, and it made it even more sad because he ended it with him being like in a dream, and he sees her and she says, "Put that love on me," and it's like, oh, it's not real. She's not really there. And I was sort of like, shake him up, Billy, wake up, wake up, wake up. Chill, bro. We can work through this. I promise, Niall. No, but I like it. I feel like this album needed something that was a little bit more sad. Even though With the World doesn't need the sad, like I said earlier, but sometimes a good sad song just really makes you feel like everything's gonna be alright. You know what I'm saying? So the next song on the album is number 8, and it's called Arms of a Stranger. In the arms of a stranger. I mean, Angel. That's Sarah McLachlan.
I never thought that I would find out we were just lovers in the dark. If we're not gonna do this honestly, baby, won't you give me back what you took apart?
Okay, so this one's kind of coming in a little bit more up-tempo. He was lovers in the dark. You've known someone for a long time, but you never really know who they are. So is this kind of about being in a relationship and not really knowing the true side of people? It does say here, this is more of a concept-based song again. It was written when I had the concept. It is that you feeling when you finish up with someone. And after Put a Little Love on Me, I try to tell a story in the track listing. And yeah, it's that feeling of we're done and now I'm lying in your arms of a stranger trying to get over you. So he's moved on or trying to get that love and that validation again from a stranger. And this is where he's at.
Yeah, you'll be there to break my fall. Just still one more. You left me with nothing.
I do like the chorus too, so he's saying, "You now I'm lying in the arms of a stranger, but why do I think of you? Because you left me with nothing. Now I'm looking in the eyes of a stranger, just trying to get over you. You left me with nothing." So he's like, you literally depleted me, and I'm trying to get some kind of feel from somewhere else to try to just get over you. It's not even like filling in the sexualness and stuff like that too. It's just that void of somebody that was there, I feel like. And the easiest way to get it is through a hookup, I guess. That's what he's trying to say here.
I chasing no love just to feel loved, but now I was on my knees in the darkness. Yeah, you'll be there to break my fall.
And he does say, when I was on my knees in the darkness, you'd be there to break my fall. What were you doing on your knees in the darkness, Niall? Do we need to talk about it?
You left me with nothing. Running out in the crowd, nobody can hear me now. I'm trying to get over you.
I'm liking how he's having a bigger band in this one too. It's so Phil, and I feel like I'm hearing him sing it live on stage. That gives it that emotion too, where he's like, I'm lying, like it's a powerful chorus telling you how sad he is. So it really does add a dynamic to it, definitely, and a depth to it, because I think the music can actually tell the story without any of the words, but adding the words on top just to kind of guide the story along. But if you can have both, man, that's cool. Like, girl, why you left him with nothing? I guess you can try to get your fill from somewhere else. It makes sense, but I really liked it too. I guess he didn't really experience this because it said it's more of a concept song, but he wanted to kind of start telling a story on the album, so I'm excited to see where else he can go with that. I like it. I like the bigness of it. I like the length of it too, because it just was a quick song, but it really just lets you know how he was feeling, apparently. Concept song, whatever. So I don't want to lie to you guys. Number 9, Everywhere. I was recording it, and apparently it didn't record. I don't want to pretend like, oh my god, I'm just listening to it all over again for the first time, but I really already heard it.
You walk into the room, I go quiet. I catch your eyes and try to forget you. But you never thinks I'm the best for you. Feels like every time I turn the corner, you're standing right there. Everywhere I go, when I think I'm all alone. Ground beneath my feet's a bit colder. I see your face and pick in one place.
So what I'm going to do is just kind of give a little rundown of what I was saying, that I really do enjoy this because it's like everywhere that you are, you can hear this girl. Everywhere you are, you can see this girl. Everywhere you look, you can see her face in people that you don't even know. And I really love the upbeat tempo of this chorus. It really is a good contrasting feeling between a sad song kind of and a happy song. And you kind of, if you've ever broken up with somebody before or been in a relationship that didn't last, you know that there are certain triggering things that can definitely remind you of them. Like the car they drove, drove, the place where you went to eat all the time, little things like that, where your first kiss was. Things get ruined when you break up with people, and this is kind of the song that's demonstrating that.
I tried to forget you, but your mother thinks I'm the best for you. The times in the corner, you stand right there over my shoulder, everywhere, everywhere I go.
And this is where I stopped and was talking and realized that it wasn't recording the whole time. So what I was saying is I want to give props to Niall for that note at the end. And I love when he says like, here. I don't know why I love that inflection that he does. And he's like, they are everywhere. But I really do like it, and I love how he kind of just goes back subtly into that chorus. But this is where I stopped at last, so once again, I'm so sorry, y'all. We gonna pick up with real reactions right now.
I swear it's hard to think, it's hard to breathe when you're in the air. Corner, you're standing right there over my shoulder, you're everywhere. I swear it's under control. Is there rain out there everywhere?
I really like that one. I'm saving that one to my playlist because I love the way that he sings against that little beat in the background during those verses. That's so unique. The flow is so great. So I genuinely like that one, and I like the message too because I've been in a situation where you get triggered, bitch. It's called a trigger. You see something that you used to do with somebody else, it's never gonna be the same. All right, so the next song on the album is number 10. It's called Cross Your Mind. Okay, so this one's coming in and I'm actually really enjoying it too. It definitely has given me Harry Styles feels with that in the background. It's given a little bit more texture, which I really enjoy, which makes me want to dance and bop. And what I'm reading here is that it actually started as a piano ballad, sang the whole chorus in a couple minutes. And then he was listening to Fleetwood Mac as usual. And that's where the production of it came from, kind of an homage to Stevie Nicks and the gang.
It's your world, I wanna live in. Show me, I'm just watching. You leave me like a message in a bottle. At least you came tonight. See, give up the fight. The way you hurt me, it doesn't even cross your mind.
I'm loving this. If you leave me like a message in a bottle and you don't come back tomorrow, at least you came tonight. It's easy to pretend that I'm not cut up, but when you am hot and bothered, I can't give up the fight. So this is just kind of him saying, you are always in my mind. I love you, girl. Love you, bitch. I need you, bitch. That's kind of what I'm feeling from this. Y'all get that?
Tell me that you love me, but I know you're out there running wild. And it doesn't even cross your mind. You keep talking, I'll just listen.
Okay, so I think this song is a little bit more about they hook up and Niall's starting to grow feelings for her, but it doesn't even cross her mind that that could be a possibility. So now he's doing it just like thinking about her kissing other guys, thinking about her being with other people, and he's like, does it even cross your mind that it could be us? Like, just think for a second. This is Niall Horan asking to be with you, girl. You really gonna go with somebody else? Like, out of here.
Like a message in a bottle. You don't come back tomorrow. At least you came tonight. See, tell me that you love me, but I know you're out there running wild. Leaving me in pieces, but I swear it's worth it every time.
I love the lyrics of this one. I also see that Teddy Geiger helped write this one, and I can definitely tell. I love when they have the chorus behind his voice too. It always feels so powerful, and he does a really good job with layered vocals. But like, this girl is being really mean to Niall. He's just trying to say I love you, and she's like, I'm gonna go kiss somebody else in front of you. I'm really loving how upbeat this is too. This is definitely a single worthy to me. I don't know why he didn't make this one a single, because this one has the potential, I think, to play on the radio right next to Adore You and right next to Walls. Whatever is coming on the radio, this is the one that I like. I'm gonna heart this one because I think it has potential.
Leaving me in pieces, but I swear it's worth it every time.
Okay, so that was number 10, Cross Your Mind. Like I said, I really enjoyed that one. And I love the whole story. You never hear a song about this, how the guy is so infatuated with the girl, but the girl's going out and not even noticing how much the guy likes her. So I really like seeing it from that perspective. So good job again, Niall. I'm saving that one. So the next one on the album is called New Angel. It's number 11. Let's do this.
Every Every second is about her. Every thought is wrapped around her. Just need a new distraction, and I like the way you're dancing.
So I'm loving how this one is coming in already. That beat, the snaps behind it, the way that he's singing, his voice is so perfect for this. I am liking the second half of this album a lot more than the first half. Not that it was bad, but this is just a little bit more up my alley where I just want to dance a little bit more. I'm not saying that you can't sing and have ballads and guitar songs and it's bad, but it's a preference. Music is subjective, and this is just definitely drawing me in a little bit more.
Give you what's left to me, 'cause you feel so heavenly.
So he says about this one that New Angel is like, now I need to get over you. All of these sad songs have gone on for too long. I'm going to need something new to distract me now. It's based around that. New Angel is a title I've had for a while. So basically, I love how he is telling the story. Like he said he was going to start telling the story towards the end. But also, did you catch the reference? He said in the chorus, each time I close my eyes, she's in there running wild. And I cannot remember what song it was, but it was very recently. But he said running wild also. So I'm wondering if that's kind of a correlation or just he ran out of ways to describe her. Is she a horse?
I think I saw you in my dreams. Didn't know what I've been missing. You give me something out of reach. Just keep doing what you do. And I need a new.
Cause you move me like you move it. That, I felt that passion behind that, and I love that line. You move me when you're moving. Kind of in a good way when you're dancing, but also when you're leaving, bitch. Bye, I'm happy. Just kidding.
Save me from myself. I need a new one. I'm hoping you get her out of my mind. I need a new one. 'Cause you feel so heavenly, heavenly.
Love this bridge. Flair. He puts on that, so.
I give you what's left to me, 'cause you feel so heavenly.
Okay, so I knew it was gonna transition. So that was New Angel. I really loved it. I felt like his voice was raspy in that one too. It really gave the emotion behind it. I'm loving the end of the album a little bit more. And at the very end of this one, it seemed like it was doing a transition into No Judgment. I've already reacted to No Judgment. You can find that here. But, so we're gonna go ahead and skip that one, meaning we only have 2 songs left on this album. But I think it's really shaping up towards the end, so I'll take it. Number 13 on the album is called San Francisco. Old San Fran.
Moon shining, sun rising. Kiss you like the first time, hold you like a snack about. Wish I hadn't been so cool.
Okay, so I'm liking this one too, a little bit slower down to kind of wrap that album up. It says here, it was a tough song to write, and it was based on the start of a relationship and wanting to go back to where it started. It was originally called Take Me Back, but he changed it to San Francisco because the song pretty much took place in San Francisco. So I'm guessing this was more of a real life occurrence. I think that this is kind of a good we're taking the album back down now. We're kind of relaxing. In the middle, we got our little fist bumping, our heart pumping kind of thing. But we're relaxing now. We still a little sad, but we're relaxing.
Take me back to San Francisco. Show up on your doorstep, soaking wet, slam down. Drunk alley, full diving, breaking. Is there a way to make it somehow?
You can definitely hear a little bit of like country feeling behind it, but they also have a lot of those ethereal yells in the background where it's like, yeah. And I'm wondering, did they have the same producer as like Harry or like every other, I guess, singer nowadays has those in there? But it's very reminiscent of Harry too, so I'm wondering if that's the kind of style in England or what's up with that. You know, I like it, but it's just similar to me.
I want to let all my defenses down, screaming till you hear me out and out. Take me back to San Francisco. Take me back.
I also really like the verses he does too, where he's like drunk dialing, full diving. Very country, but very current also. So I can really appreciate that.
Now I can't let go of you. Show up on your doorstep, soaking wet. Take me back, take me back.
Okay, so that was number 13, San Francisco. I liked it. Like I said, he's winding the album down a little bit too. I love that he named it San Francisco because Take Me Back will be too obvious. I love that kind of difference, so I can appreciate a good creative title. But I like that too. That's one of those little ones that I really did appreciate because I really felt, you know, he was asking the girl, like, please take me back to the beginning days. Not take me back because we broke up, but it's just like, I still love you, but I just missing something. What is that song? Alright guys, this is gonna take us to the last song on the album. Number 14 is called Still. And is it like, do I still love you, or am I being still? Or what's going on here? Let's figure it out and see how he decides to wrap this album up.
My mind is complicated, find it hard to rearrange it. Overreacting lately, find it hard to say I'm sorry. Stars won't shine at night.
Wait, I like it. So it's very kind of slow again. I love how he said mine's complicated, find it hard to rearrange it. Same back to the Dear Patient song. It's really kind of hard to kind of get it re-jumbled inside of there, but the line that stood out to me says, I just don't know why stars won't shine at night. Like, damn, bitch. Like, oh, that's a good one.
1,000 miles away from the day we started. If honesty means telling you the truth, did I miscalculate this? Let's just go back to basics.
So he's basically just kind of putting it all out in line there. The still means I'm still in love with you. I'm reading this and it also says this is the quickest song he's ever written. I wrote it in about 7 minutes. I was in the studio and then the people I was working with went for dinner and I was in the studio on my own and picked up the guitar, which is in a weird tuning, started singing and didn't stop. And here's this song that's such an artist thing to do. Oh, this whole thing, blah, 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 hits.
So tell me you want it. 1,000 miles away from the day we started. I guess we lost our focus, and it's killing. If honesty means telling you the truth, I'm still in love with you.
It's so beautiful, and the fact that he literally wrote this song in 7 minutes is mind-blowing, and it's killing me that we could go to war like this, but I'm standing here with you just trying to be honest. If honesty means telling you the truth, well, I'm still in love with you.
It'll be alright. It'll be alright.
The bridge is definitely very Beatles-esque, which I can get behind because you get you a little doobie, go listen to a Beatles song, it really changes your life. And I feel like this will be the same effect, modernly, though.
1,000 miles away from the day we started, telling you the truth. It's killing me the way honesty is telling you the truth, but I'm still in love with you.
I'm loving the bigness of the bridge and the chorus, and somebody wrote a little note here that says the last song on Niall's album says we'll be alright, and the last song on Fine Line in Harry's album says we'll be alright. Connections? I think so, but I'm not sure what it means, so let me know. Alright, so close it out with a little bit of whistling there. Really liked that at the end. I wish there was more whistling through the whole album. But I love how he ended it with on that big note, the big chorus. He was screaming his heart out, and it sounded great. So I cannot complain about that. I really liked it. And I think that I love that subliminal message that's at the very end. So y'all let me know what it means, okay? Alright guys, so that was Niall Horan's new album, Heartbreak Weather. I enjoyed it. You know, I do have favorites on here. I heart them if I like them. So I loved Dear Patience, Small Talk, Nice to Meet You, Everywhere, Cross Your Mind, New Angel. Those are my favorites from the album. I'll probably start playing those a little bit more and then make my way back into the rest of the album. But once I find songs that I really like, I just like listening to those and then going from there. So we'll see. But I am proud. Another One Direction member did it. And I will have to say that, like, honestly, if we're being honest here, can I be honest with y'all without y'all being mad? Out of Harry Styles' Fine Line, Louis Tomlinson's Walls, and Niall Horan's Heartbreak Weather, I will have to say this one is the last for me. Like, the least favorite. Oh, God, don't attack me, please. Like I said, music is subjective. It's okay. I just love Fine Line. They have so many more, like, things in it. And, like, I cried during Walls. So I cannot take away that emotional experience that I had here. And so this one is really good, too. But I will have to say, out of all the ones I've heard so far, it's probably my least favorite. I'm sorry, Niall. It's still really good, but, you know, we all have our favorites. I think that's how it goes. So there's that. Okay guys, so if you like this video, please make sure to click the thumbs up down below. Also comment down any other things you want me to react to. Lastly guys, subscribe to my channel and click the little notification bell to be updated every time I put up new videos, which is sporadic. So don't expect a schedule. I am so hungry, I'm gonna pass out. So I'm gonna go and eat, start editing, and get this out to you guys. So with that being said, until next time, bye guys.